Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to the stage. Our friend, your friend, Kamili, where is he? Also known as Colin, so you'll hear us say Colin sometimes, but your stage name, isn't it? If we're doing it properly, Colin. Right, I'm going to hand over to you, Becky, because you are going to interrogate and find out the depths of this man's heart.
Have you guys been able to have a microphone, please, man? Thanks. So we're going to spend about 10 minutes just chatting with Collins and asking him some questions about who he is, where he's come from, why he's here today, and what is his relationship with God. And hopefully, you guys can take stuff from there and put it into your own lives. You can also ask some more questions later on. So, Collins, tell us about you, who you are, where you're from, what you do, and tell us a bit about your family.
Alright, my name is Colin Sopio. Those are my government names. They call me Kamili, and that's my stage name. They call me Colin Makako, short name for Collins. I'm from Kenya originally, but now my home is here in Sheffield. I go to St. Mary's Bramall-Lane, it's my church. And I love the Lord. He's my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. And I'm just here to share a bit of my story. I'm married. And I've got 2 daughters, 1, 5, 1, 2, Zuri and Nia.
They're beautiful.
God is good,
Fabulous. So, we're going to talk about your music to start with. God has called you into music, so what does that look like? And in terms of your music over this last year, what's been the best thing?
It's very different. We grew up listening to hymns, we grew up listening to a lot of slow worship music, but worship is varied and our worship is different. I also grew up listening to all types of reggae, dancehall and everything, and that influenced my style of music. So it's whatever the Lord lays in my heart. I'm very fluid with hip-hop, dancehall, I can sing a bit. Rapping a bit. So it's whatever the Lord lays in my heart that I actually pen down and prepare to share with the world. My lyrics are written in Swahili because Swahili is my first language, and sometimes it's difficult to write in English. There's a way I can express myself in Swahili that I can't do in English. So I mix it up so you can hear a bit of English and a bit of Swahili.
If later, because Collins is with us all day, if you want to know what the song we just sang is about, or some of the songs we're going to sing later, grab him, just say, what does that song mean, or what are those words that you're saying, and just have a chat with him, he'll definitely translate them for you. Talk to us about music growing up then. How did you know God had called you to music?
I started singing from a very young age. I think by the time I was 8, 9, 10, 11, I was singing in front of the whole school. So it's something that has always been there. I don't know where the courage came from. But show me a stage and show me a microphone. I used to have a wooden microphone and I would step with on stage and do my thing. And
has anybody else got a wooden microphone at home?
Toothbrush.
Toothbrush?
See, in front of the mirror, see yourself doing this. So that's how I got to know that I had it in me, and also listening from other people saying that you actually have something here. So I kept on going with it. But I think with the gospel music, it came about around 2011 when I got born again. And after listening to some music from some Christian rappers in America, there's Ray, I don't know if anyone knows the 116 crew. So all of them, when I listened to them, I started thinking, I could actually write gospel music, rapping in Swahili or whatever. And that's when I started penning some gospel music.
Brilliant. So Collins at the moment is actually singing in places like the Peddler's Market. Anybody heard of the Peddler's Market in Sheffield? And West Street Live on West Street in Sheffield. He's actually going into places in nighttime and doing concerts with people who are Christian in the city. So that's really exciting, isn't it? His music has grown so much. But you don't just do music, dear. What do you do in your
it's not wrong to have a 9 to 5, whether you have talent or not. So I work with the University of Sheffield / NHS. So I work for the University Health Service, which is the GP service for the students of the University of Sheffield. And I'm a medical receptionist. So if any of you will come to Sheffield Uni one day, you might see me there. So I think it's just not being afraid to be who you are, not being afraid to show that you are actually a Christian. And the most recent thing that has happened is one of the temporary colleagues, like a temporary worker who was working there, just pulled me to the side one day and told me, like, she's a Christian, but she says that my Christianity is just out there, no one can miss it. And for me, that's like the biggest compliment anyone has ever given to me, you know, like just knowing that, oh, actually, so people can see I'm actually a Christian or I'm representing Jesus. There's nothing bigger to me than that. Like, that was the biggest compliment.
That's fabulous. It's a hard thing to do. I think we're quite old, you know, we struggle with it, you know, showing people that we love Jesus. And we're here to encourage you guys today to say, if we can do it, and he can do it, it's every day 9 to 5, and also on stage at West Street Live, then you guys can do it as well. Just being who you are, who God created you to be, is showing Jesus to the world, which is fantastic. Now, I want to just ask you a little bit about your relationship with God. What do you do to spend time with God, and why is spending time with God important? And what was that kind of, how did you know that you had to spend time with God? What do you do?
I mean, it's like, with the way we are created, with the way God created us, in the book of Genesis, it tells you that God was spending time with Adam and Eve. He used to be around them, and they used to be around him. So that gave me the inclination that we are supposed to be in his presence. Like Psalm 91 says, he who dwells in the shelter of the Most High shall find rest in the shadow of the Almighty. You can continue reading Psalm 91 later on, but I've just mentioned it. So I find that when I am connected to God, it's like a power supply. That's where I get my being. Like, I don't run out. I don't want to be running on residual energy. You know, like when you turn off a fan, it will keep running, but then it will stop. But when you connect it back, it keeps going. So when I stay connected to God, my life, like everything just works out. And it is difficult being a married man, doing music, having 2 children, your wife, and all this, and trying to find a balance. But I found that I can talk to God at any time, any place. The Bible says God hears our hearts. Sometimes I could be at work typing and I'm just saying, oh, thank you, Lord. You know, like whispering. You know, that is spending time with God. That is being, so wherever you are, you don't need to be going on your knees. Like, literally, like God is listening to you 24/7, 365, and wants to be there. So that's how I find me being with God is like, it's all through. It's difficult. It used to be very difficult. I'm not going to lie. You'll find you have to make an intentional decision to spend time with God, even if it is 5 minutes, 2 minutes, even 1 minute. Like just, you know, like, and it will keep growing. You'll keep. The Bible also says when you draw closer to God, He will draw closer to you. So when you keep doing it, you'll find at one point you won't even be able to stop it. So for me, that's how it goes. It was a gradual step to where I am right now, and it's all by the grace of God. Actually, there is also nothing like, I can't say that I did it all. I had a desire and a hunger, and I made a conscious decision to try do stuff towards that. And now, I'm just glad that I can be an example, a shining example even. And
One of the things that we talked about was, who in here has got a TV series or a Netflix series or something they're watching at the moment that they're like really committed to? Who's got like a music type or a band or a singer that they're really committed to? Who has got a friend that they're really committed to? We all made, didn't we, that conscious decision one day, I am going to watch. So I've just been watching Happy watch that show. You've made that decision to that band or that music. And that's the same with God. We have to make a decision to commit to Him. We have to say one day, that's it. Do you know what, God? I'm here. And I'm going to have 2 minutes just to pray. And I'm going to wait to see if you respond. And I'm going to come back next time and I'm going to try a little bit longer. And we have to say yes. That's the first point, that make that conscious decision. And I thought that was quite a good example of us using Netflix, because I'm definitely committed to Netflix. We're going to listen to one of Colin's songs. It is in Swahili as well. And I'm just going to ask Colin why he's chosen this particular song as the song he wants to share with us today. And what it's about, because it is in Swahili. So if you don't speak Swahili like I do, I'm married to a Kenyan for 7 years and I still can't speak Swahili. He's a rubbish teacher. He's going on stage, just ignore him. So Colin's going to teach us what the song is about. And during this song, I'm just going to ask you just to pause, listen to what Collins is singing, think about what the song is about, but also think about where you are with God. Where are you today with God? Do you know Him? Do you not know Him? Do you want to know Him? And just in this space, just pause and say to God, I'm here. And I want to get to know Him. And if you do know Him, amazing. Say, I want to get to know Him more. Because God has so much more that He wants to give us. So, Collins, what is this song about and why have you chosen it to share with us?
We're going to sing a song called Mwoza Mauti. It's actually my favorite, my debut album. Mwoza Mauti is my favorite because it just speaks of how the power of God, you know, like the story of Lazarus when Jesus came and called him out. You know, like if you've ever seen someone like who's dead or in a coffin, they usually dress them up in burial clothes. So Mwoza Mauti is a Swahili word for burial clothes. So I was dead in sin, I was in the world, I was doing all wasting time really in the world, doing a lot of things that pushed me far away from God. But once God called me out from that world, He took away the old and clothed me in righteousness, His righteousness. You know, like it's a gift that God gives unto us, and it's what Jesus did. So separating like us from the powers of the devil and giving us a new life, eternal life, righteousness, and it's just a gift. Like we just accept it, and it does it. So Mwoza Mauti just speaks about that, how I was in the past and what God did, and where I am right now and where I'm moving to forward. So yeah, that's all.
Fabulous. Let's give a round of applause. And just in this time, just you have some time with God and just listen to Holly singing this over us.
So the chorus is very simple. It just goes like, you wake me up. You wake me up, you woke 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 me up. Thank you, Jesus.
Ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause for Colin.